Hey guys, it's Lindsay. Welcome back to my channel, and today we are going to do my 9-month VSG update. But before we get into it, as usual, please make sure you are subscribed to my channel and you have the notification bell turned on so you know when I upload. And if you like this kind of video, I would really appreciate a thumbs up. And now let's get into it. Also, one quick little housekeeping note. I'm not wearing my contacts right now, and obviously I don't have my glasses on because everybody pretty much said in the last poll that I did that my glasses were annoying with the glare that was coming off of my lights here. So I'm going to try it this way. So I apologize if the camera goes out of focus or anything, or if anything looks a little wonky. I literally cannot see anything. I do have my glasses right here in case I need to put them on, and I will when I'm done making this video, but because everybody said that it was annoying to see all the glare, and I totally get it, I do, but I really just did not want to put my contacts in today. So just forewarning, if things go out of focus, I cannot tell because I cannot see what's going on in my viewfinder right here. But yeah, let's go ahead and get into my update. I also can't tell how bad my hair looks, but that's a whole nother story. But today when I'm filming this, it is April 4th, 2020. So I am 9 months and I don't know, maybe almost 2 weeks post-op from my vertical sleeve gastrectomy or weight loss surgery that I had back on June 17th, 2019. I almost said 2020. And just a quick little update from the last video I made, which I'm not going to say the words because that video got demonetized, but you know what I'm talking about. Just a quick little update. We are still hunkering down at home. We have been for a little over 3 weeks at this point. We have not gone out of the house except for some necessities. Me and my kids have not gone anywhere. My husband's been the one who's been braving the stores and stuff for us, which we're super thankful about. But he's gone to get us groceries when we need and all of that stuff, and he's been able to work from home, which is awesome. But yeah, we are just hunkering down at home. I hope everyone out there is doing the same and doing what you can to flatten the curve and make sure that this whole thing blows over as quickly as it can. And from just all the news that's constantly been coming in, it sounds like this is really going to take even longer than we thought. My son's school is now canceled through May 1st, or I think actually April 30th. Their first day back would be May 1st. I'm not holding my breath that that's going to happen. I would be actually very surprised if that happens. I think he's going to be out for the rest of the year. And just actually, I think this last Thursday, so just a couple of days ago, we started e-learning with his school, which has been super helpful because before that we were just kind of doing some workbooks and stuff at home, which was nice, to kind of keep him in a little bit of a routine. But now that we've got his teacher back in the mix, who's kind of, giving us assignments and where she's checking in with us throughout the day, that's been really helpful in keeping him on track and keeping him more motivated. Because when I would just give him like some worksheets to do, like, okay, do this, and he's like, I don't want to do that. But he's been a lot better now since we've gotten the communication back from the school. So that's super awesome. Obviously not ideal, but it is what it is. We are just trying to get through this, and it's just a really unprecedented, sad situation, but we have to do what we're doing. And, if nothing comes of it, I think I remember hearing people saying like, well, what, nothing's going to happen. That's the point, right? So if all the sickness goes away really quickly, relatively quickly, that's a good thing. We did our job. We did what we were supposed to do. All right, so now let's go ahead and get into the actual update for my weight loss surgery. Like I said, I am 9 months post-op, and as of this morning, I weigh 143 pounds, which I'm really excited about, except I also weighed 143 pounds, I think, 2 weeks ago. So I'm definitely in a stall. I think at this point now I've lost 96 pounds. So I'm really, really close to the 100-pound mark. I can't remember exactly where I was the last time I made an update, but I've lost a little bit of weight in there. If I remember, I'll put from the last update to now how much weight I've lost. I can't remember. But yeah, so, I'm still just kind of trucking through. I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. Being in this lockdown mode is not easy. And I've seen so many different memes about people like gaining the quarantine 15 or whatever, which I'm really, really trying not to do. And so far I haven't, but I really haven't lost that much weight while we've been in quarantine either. It is what it is. Like I said, I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. I do still stick to my schedule. Sometimes it's harder than others. If we're just really just sitting around doing absolutely nothing, you're going to want to eat. You're going to want to do something. And I do stick to, like I said, a strict schedule. So I eat my breakfast. When I first wake up, I have my lunch at anywhere between like 11 and noon. And then around 2:15, 2:30, I will have my snack. And that's the one that I've been struggling with the most because I just want to have my snack at like 1 o'clock some days. And I'm like, no, I need to keep focused. I need to do something busy for the next hour and a half until I can have my snack. So that's the one that I've definitely been struggling with the most and wanting to just eat it sooner. And I'm scared to do that because then I don't want to eat it at like 1 o'clock and then at 2:15 or 2:30 when I would usually have it, want to have another snack. So that's kind of been difficult, but so far I've been handling it, and I've been trying to keep busy and trying to keep my mind off of it. But it is what it is. We are just, doing what we can do. Oh, and then a week ago, maybe almost 2 weeks ago, I was supposed to have my 9-month appointment with my doctor. I did go ahead and cancel that, and they were still, and I think still are, taking appointments, but I just did not feel comfortable going to the hospital. That particular hospital where I had my surgery and where the doctor's office is, it does have a lot of virus patients right now, so I don't feel super comfortable going. I think they will do now a teleconference with you, so I do need to call this week and set that up, but I decided to cancel it. If it was just myself, I probably would have gone, but since both of my kids would have been going with me, and even if my son was in school, my daughter still would have had to go with me because my husband would have been working during that time, and there's no class or anything for the 9-month appointment. It's just a doctor's visit. I don't even know if you get blood draw during that visit. It might not be another blood draw until 12 months. But otherwise, I have canceled it, but I do need to call and see if I can set up a teleconference just to let them know where my weight loss is sitting at, and if I have any if I have any questions or anything, which I honestly don't think I do. I think for me, this 9-month appointment during this whole thing has worked out really well because there's no class. I'm doing really well. I don't feel like I'm, really stalling in any concerning way. I mean, yeah, I'm kind of in a weight loss stall right now, but not because of anything that I'm doing, if that makes sense. I think it's just kind of, just the way that my body works, and I'm not doing anything wrong to actually cause a stall. It's just what my body does. So I think I'm hanging in there pretty well. I could go without just doing this appointment, but I think they would get mad if I don't do the appointment. So I do think I need to call and make that appointment if I can do it in a teleconference way. And then as far as like the next appointment, which would probably be in June sometime, there is a class scheduled with that. And I know that they've been doing like video chats for the classes, or Zooms or something for the classes. So I might end up having to do that in June as well, which would kind of stink. I would prefer to go to the class, but it is what it is. And I definitely will need to go to the office for an appointment to get some blood drawn at that time. Hopefully we're over all of this mess at that point. But I mean, like I said, it doesn't sound like we will be, but you never know. Oh, and then I wanted to touch on a couple of like body changes that I've noticed. I did want to go ahead and touch on my hair again. I haven't talked about my hair in a few videos. If you remember, if you've seen my other updates, my hair loss really started around 2.5 months post-op and went all the way until 4.5 months. So I really only had about 2 months worth of hair shedding, of really bad hair shedding, and it was really, really bad. But in the grand scheme of things, 2 months of really bad hair shedding really isn't that bad. I know a lot of people do get it worse, so I felt very fortunate in that aspect. But I did want to show you, and again, I can't see the viewfinder to see that I'm in focus and what you can see here, but I do have quite a bit of like baby hairs coming in now. So I did just kind of want to point those out to show you that you do in fact get hair regrowth. It does come back. It is not permanent. I've got quite a bit all along my hairline here, so it's really kind of frizzy at the moment. My hair's always frizzy, but it's even more frizzy at this point. But so I did kind of want to just touch on that. And another thing I wanted to touch on is something that I'm really not enjoying, and I just recently noticed, is extra forehead wrinkles. Oh my gosh, I am really, really bummed out that my forehead, when I go like this, I have to like raise my eyebrows. Look at all these wrinkles. I mean, I can see them. I don't know if you'll be able to see them here on the camera. Again, I can't see anything, but I used to only just have this one. I think it's right about here. I had this one, and a couple of years ago, well, I think close to actually 4 years ago now, I did Botox it, and I loved it, and I want to get Botox again now, even so much more, because there's so many more. It's just because obviously I've lost so much weight that, I still have that skin that was stretched from when I was bigger, so it's just got to go somewhere, and when you move your face, it's just going to wrinkle. So I would love to get it Botoxed again to like kind of prevent that from getting any worse, prevent it from moving, because I loved the Botox when I did it before. It looked so nice, I thought. It just like, and I only had the one little wrinkle, so now I've got a lot more to do. But yeah, I just recently noticed that. I was just kind of doing my makeup in the mirror or something, and I'm like, oh my gosh, wait, what? Huh? What is that? Ugh, I kind of figured that would happen, but when it actually does happen to you, it's like really devastating, especially if you really, try to prevent wrinkles and, try to have a really good skincare routine. It's something that you really just can't help. It's going to happen. It happens to pretty much every single weight loss surgery patient, or anybody that loses a lot of weight, actually, regardless of how you do it. But yeah, that's kind of something that I've been dealing with lately, and it really does kind of make me a little bit upset, but it is what it is. And as I've said with anything that I don't like about the side effects of this weight loss surgery, I would rather have that side effect, like all these wrinkles, than be at the weight that I was and be very unhealthy. All right, then also more body stuff, my boobs and my butt. Both of them have gotten significantly smaller, especially since the beginning of the year. I feel that's really when my body really started to change. If you go look back on my Instagram, and if you compare the pictures, I actually just posted one the other day, one from me just like last week to me back in September when I first hit my first 50 pounds that I lost. Huge difference. And I'm wearing the exact same shirt, and the shirt actually like fits me well in both pictures, but there's an over 40-pound difference between the two, which is kind of weird, but I swear it's the same exact shirt. But you can see like just how much my boobs especially have shrank. I feel this last 40 pounds that I've lost has all been in my face, my boobs, and my butt. But my face, yeah, obviously, like I said, with the wrinkles, and my boobs, but it's so weird because I'm still wearing the same bra. Like I have not gotten a new bra since January, I think. And here we are now in April, and I'm still, I think this is a 38 triple D. And it still fits me pretty well. I am on the last class, so I probably could go down to a 36, but I would still want to stay at the triple D size. And again, I will have my bra linked down below. It is my favorite bra. I love it so much. It's so amazing. I think I bought 3 of them since I had my surgery, and I don't know that I ever want to buy another brand of bra again. It's amazing. I will put both the plus size and the standard size link down below. But I don't feel like I need a new bra. It fits me really well. I'm not like gaping out of it. I'm not falling out of it. So it's, you know, it's perfect right now, but they feel and they look so much smaller. And I could really tell not too long ago when we were driving, and you know, if you're driving on a bumpy road, before when my boobs were like freaking huge, every little bump in the road, I could feel it in my chest. Like they would just kind of bounce like every single time. And it was just something that happened. It was, you know, it was what it was. I was used to it. It was no big deal. They don't do that anymore. So weird. I remember going down a particularly bumpy road, one that I've, you know, gone on many times before, and anticipate all these, you know, all this shaking down here. Nothing. So weird. I could not believe it. And I was like, oh, it's a little fluke. I don't know. I'm wearing like a tighter shirt or something for the day. Nope. It happens every single time now. I don't feel it there. And then as far as my butt goes, I have no padding back here anymore. It's so sad. Like I honestly, like, yeah, do I miss my big boobs, my bigger boobs, because they're still big, but my bigger boobs, yeah, just because it, you know, it's something that I've had forever. But the butt, oh, the butt. And I've never been a person that had a particularly shapely butt or anything like that. That was never one of my best assets. You know, it was all about the boobs for me. But, you know, I definitely had something back there, and I feel like I have nothing back there now. I am almost flat as a pancake back there. And I have to say, not only like aesthetically is it kind of a bummer, but it hurts to sit down on anything other than a couch at this point. It's very weird. Like I have no padding, and like I feel like my tailbone is like completely exposed, like up like towards the top. So there is just no padding. It hurts a lot when I sit down. So I don't know, but I was thinking about this. Would insurance cover like a Brazilian butt lift? Like, has that ever happened? Like an insurance covered that? Because it's so painful. Like I know a lot of people worry about like the extra loose skin around their stomach, and mine really isn't too bad, but I really honestly, if my insurance could cover it, would consider getting a Brazilian butt lift just so it wouldn't hurt when I sat down. But I think that might be a little bit of a stretch, or like any kind of butt lift, not even necessarily like the Brazilian kind. Is there another kind of butt lift? I don't know. But you know what I mean? Like it's just, it hurts. I need some like extra padding down there, but I don't know. But if you have had a Brazilian butt lift and have had it covered by insurance, or know anybody that has, please let me know, because I don't want to just go to a plastic surgeon and say, hey, can you do this, but only if my insurance covers it? Like, I don't know, I feel like that would be a waste of time for everybody, but maybe I'll do a little bit of research, because honestly, it might really be getting to the point where it hurts so much that I would really be looking into it. And then one other like body thing that I wanted to touch on, and I have mentioned, I think in the past, at least over on my Instagram, I know I have, how I have terrible feet, and I've had terrible feet for a very long time. Both of my feet are very flat. My left one is a little bit more flat than the right, and I've suffered with plantar fasciitis for a really long time, and I will say that has pretty much gone away. So if you're not familiar with plantar fasciitis, that's like the little tendon or the ligament that runs like along the bottom of your foot that kind of keeps everything in place, I think. Don't quote me on that. But that like it gets stretched too much, or it doesn't stretch enough. I don't know. Something's wonky with that. And that I do definitely feel has improved since I've lost weight. but I have a heel spur. And that unfortunately has not improved. It's actually really been giving me a lot of trouble in the last month or so. And a little heel spur, it's like right on the bottom of my foot. And I can actually feel it. It's like a little bony kind of growth that is on your foot, like underneath the skin, so you can't see it or anything. But I can feel it. I can actually press on it and move it around. It's nasty. And when I'm standing without any shoes on, I can feel it. And it does bother me. It bothers me quite a bit. So that's another thing that I might potentially look into. Obviously not right now. I'm not going to be going to any other doctor's offices or anything right now. While we're in this whole, situation, I will wait. And when I'm wearing shoes or usually I do wear my Crocs around the house because my feet hurt so much, and that definitely helps. But I would love to be able to just run around barefoot. I really, really would. And I just physically cannot do that. It bothers my foot that much. I was actually just in the shower and I was like, yep, I can't even really put weight on my left foot because it hurts so much. My right foot, if I have a heel spur there, I don't notice it. And I have done a little bit of research on them, and they say that, only maybe about 50% of them will actually cause trouble. So you might have one and you just don't know that you have one because it doesn't bother you. But just the one on my left foot is very, very bothersome. So I think I will, like I said, after all of this blows over, go and try and get some treatment, whether it is surgery where they can cut it off or just maybe some physical therapy to maybe help. We'll see. Oh, and then one other really weird thing that I've noticed, I can't belly laugh anymore. I've a couple of times recently, someone in my family, my husband or one of my kids has done something really, really funny. And then I naturally just try to laugh about it. And I physically feel really weird laughing, just in my stomach. I can't get enough air into my stomach to do a proper laugh. So I feel like my laughs and my responses to funny things has changed. Isn't that the weirdest thing? That was never anything that I thought would be different about myself after this surgery, but it really is. I just feel like I can't get enough air into my stomach to do a laugh. I mean, I don't know. I know we call them belly laughs, but is that air physically coming from your stomach? Probably not. I mean, it's probably coming from your lungs. So I don't know. It's just super weird. I do kind of feel like it's connected to my stomach though, because I don't know. I'm not making any sense as I'm talking about this. I feel it's very hard to describe, but it's just a very weird sensation. When I laugh now, I don't know. It's weird. That's all I can say about it. And then I think the last thing that I wanted to touch on was my periods. You guys know I've been talking about those in my last few updates because my periods have been so strange since I started, or so strange since I had my surgery. And this last one, no different, unfortunately. Though actually it did start 7 days late or something. So it was started quite a bit later. So I was feeling really hopeful there while it was not going on that maybe it was just going away, because I do have a Mirena, and that is a side effect of the Mirena. Sometimes you don't get your period at all. And there for a while I was like, oh my gosh, okay, maybe it'll just be gone. No, it wasn't. And it was the same thing. It lasted, I think, just about 14 or 15 days. First 5 days were very, very light, goes away for 3 or 4 days, came back quite heavy. One of the days I did end up taking my tranexamic acid or whatever it's called to help kind of slow it down because it is very heavy. That stuff does work pretty well for me. I only took it one day and I took 4 pills. I think you can take up to 6 in one day. I just took 4 and that definitely helped, and I did not take it the next day. And it did not really get any heavier, maybe a little bit, but not too much. Definitely not as heavy as it was before I took the pills. So it definitely helps. It doesn't just delay the heaviness. And I know that was something I was curious about in my last video, whether it just kind of delayed your period or if it just kind of, really stopped it. And I do think it does stop it, but I just, took 4 of them just to kind of see. And I felt like that was enough for me. That got rid of the heaviest part of my period. So if you are suffering from really heavy periods, that is definitely an option for you. Tranexamic acid, like I said, is what it's called. So you can talk to your doctor about that. But I think that's pretty much everything that I needed to touch on this video. It wasn't a super exciting update. There wasn't a whole lot going on. I mean, we've been stuck in the house now for over 3 weeks. So, but like I said, I hope everyone is doing well and hunkering down at home and trying to help flatten the curve with everybody else. And like I said at the beginning of the video, go ahead and make sure you are subscribed to my channel so you don't miss any of my future uploads. We can also connect on Instagram. That will be linked down below. I do post updates a lot more frequently over there. And I will see you guys all in my next video. Bye!